Hey, this is Matt. Once again, welcome back to another video. This is another paid request, this time for Brian. Thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting any type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Sorry if I feel like and sound like I'm slurring my words. I apologize. It's just one of those nights where it's very late, but I can't sleep. So, if I would do a couple reviews, try to get them knocked out. But thank you, Brian, and again, for anyone out there, if you want to request any type of videos, PayPal's usually the best bet, or join my Patreon. Links are down below or to the side over there. So Brian wanted me to look into some more Teen Titans episodes. He gave me a few options, so I picked 3 episodes, 5, 6, and 7. Because I think that the first couple I had seen and reviewed. Now, Teen Titans is not a show I grew up with. I saw the first bit of episodes. I didn't mind what I saw. They were there. I could see why people would like the show. I wouldn't say it's my huge cup of tea, but the characters, they grew on me a bit. I don't mind them. You know, Robin, the leader, Cyborg, yeah, Starfire, who takes things way too literally. You have the Raven character, who's very, very angsty. And then you have Beast Boy, who can change to pretty much any animals. And he's the more goofy comic relief character. So episode 5 we got here is there's a picnic. Starfire loves to drink mustard, which I think is disgusting. So I don't blame the other people's reaction of aghast and horror that not only is she drinking mustard, but she likes drinking mustard. So Starfire, yeah, you're a freak on a leash. So then they decide to play football. Cyborg is shutting down. His power cells are dying. Now he has go back and recharge. Then he stupidly, which Cyborg was a bit of a moron here, there's this villain called Mumbo. Mumbo the Magician. Who says Bumbo Jumbo and does all these magic tricks. Now if there was like no one else around and people were in danger, and so you know what, granted I could get shut down, but if I could do this quick enough, and I can't go back and wait, that wasn't the case though, because immediately the other Teen Titans are there. Cyborg goes, no, I got this extra battery pack. I don't know where the extra battery pack came from, but he has it. But I'm sitting there going, so you're risking your life, you're risking the lives of your team because you're a liability now? Instead of going back and recharging and making sure you're fit for duty. So lo and behold, the magician beats the hell out of the Teen Titans. Whether it be throwing like stuffed rabbits at one of them and doing all this other stuff. Cyborg is losing power, his battery pack gets broken, he falls, he's shut down, he falls into this hole because the fight's taking place in his junkyard. The bad guy gets away. The Teen Titans think, oh, the bad guy kidnapped Cyborg, we're going to go after him. Unbeknownst to them, Cyborg actually fell in this hole. And this robot called Mr. Fix-It finds Cyborg, charges him up, and now is going to replace his human parts with robot parts in order to fix him. And of course, Cyborg's like, well, no, that's the opposite of fixing. So go back to Cyborg talking to this Mr. Fix-It guy, back to the Titans following and chasing this magician guy. Which, I mean, The Mr. Fix-It villain, I just really... It didn't seem like we got much of a backstory with him. Really didn't get a sense of his character. Maybe he was human once. They kind of hint at that. Well, in fact, they say it at one point, but I don't know a whole lot of the details of that. The magician as a villain, Mumbo, who says Mumbo Jumbo. Pretty goofball villain. There's a part of me that goes, really, Teen Titans, you're having this much trouble with this fucking guy? Really? Pretty much they chase Mumbo, Robin gets his baton, magic wand, breaks it. They're wondering where Cyborg's at. The guy's like, I don't know what you're talking about. They arrest the guy, go back to the junkyard, find the hole, go in. There's a bunch of robots. They fight the robots. The Mr. Fix-It, and maybe that's another thing. The ending just felt kind of like, oh, that's what we're doing now. He puts the thing in that he's going to screw over Cyborg, but then he could see Cyborg's memories, which apparently his memories is just that football game that we saw earlier in the episode. He had no other... I mean, I get it. This is episode 5. I get it. But, yeah, he had no other memories of his entire life other than that football game at the picnic earlier in the episode. Like, throwing, like, bits here and there that makes the audience go, oh, what was that? Oh, okay. Seeing these images, we could kind of pontificate what who Cyborg was before this show started, but now we're not going to do that. I'm like, well, that's how you defeat Mr. Fix-It? He defeats himself and says, oh, I was wrong for doing this. Just didn't really feel much of an ending. So yeah, this episode didn't really do much for me. I just wasn't really into it. I was not into the magician villain, the Mr. Fix-It stuff. If we got a little bit more about his character, his backstory, a little bit more fleshed out, I should say. And the ending just felt kind of anticlimactic to me. Episode 6 I did like a bit more. They find some character named Dr. Light, which blinds Beast Boy and doing all this other stuff. Beating up the character Raven. She gets pissed. Is able to unleash her dark forces. Take it a bit too far to the point Robin says, you gotta stop, stop, stop. And I like that the villain is like so scared and freaked out. Like he's ready for the mental ward. So... bit dark, bit different. Change of pace. At least compared to last episode. So I did like that. Raven's been even more of a mood recently. Beast Boy and Cyborg. Beast Boy's trying to make breakfast. But that's another aspect I found out. Maybe they said this earlier, but I forgot that Beast Boy's into tofu. Because I guess he could turn into all these animals. He doesn't feel right in eating those animals. So, it is what it is. Of course, Raven gets pissed off at him. Him and Cyborg go into Raven's room, see her hand mirror, and get pulled in. They get pulled in, and they're trying to figure out how they get the hell out. Because now they're in this void, this other world and realm, which is Raven's realm. And what they kind of find out is they keep meeting who they think is the same Raven, but now she's chipper and happy, or now she's moody and apologetic. No, they're all very different Ravens, part of the same mind. Because they kind of find out they've actually traveled into Raven's mind. And all these other Ravens are part of her personality. So you do get a bit more into the psyche of Raven. Perhaps one of the reasons of her rage. abounding is because of her father, which you see an image of her father that our characters have to fight. And pretty much Beast Boy and Cyborg are like, we're not going to leave you. We're going to help you no matter what. Raven, you don't join all yourselves together and fight this thing. I thought there was some nice moments, details of trying to have a bit more of like a horror vibe. Like fairly early on when Beast Boy and Cyborg get into Raven's mind, there's these creepy birds with these red eyes saying, "Turn back, turn back." Oh, there's one line I did enjoy, and sorry I blanked out there. I didn't want to forget it. Not only are there they see different ravens, but you do see different worlds. But sadly, they don't do a whole lot with that, which I kind of wish they did. I think they could have got a bit more fun, creativity thrusted into the proceedings because of that. Because they go through a door and all of a sudden they're in a much more lively, colorful place. I did like the line Beast Boy has. This must be where air fresheners come from. I don't know, something about that line made me chuckle, I will admit. But that's really the only one you see, because then you go back to the dark, moody realm, and then it goes from there. So it was nice to see Raven and Beast Boy bond a little bit. God, you wish you could see a bit more of that. Interesting to see all the different type of ravens. Then you get a bit more into her head, her psyche. Yeah, overall, I didn't mind the episode. I thought it was decent for what it was. And probably the most interesting of the three was episode 7, about the puppet team. Even from when it started, you just see puppet versions of the Teen Titans. And of course, you hear that someone is playing all their voices. His interpretation of these characters, like Starfire would say, "Oh, we can't beat him even though he's so cute." And when he gets the Beast Boy, he's just, "Dude," like trying to talk more of a surfer type. Cut to the Teen Titans are at their tower. They get puppets and they get you would think they would know better, but they get a package in the mail, and you would think they would know better that the villains probably know where you're at too. It could have been a bomb, could be any other type of surprise, but no, they just bring it in and they open it up. Here they see puppet versions of themselves. Then when they're sleeping, the puppet team comes in, is stealing their souls to put into these puppets, while using the empty husk of the Teen Titans to go do some terrorism, whatever, carnage, whatever the puppet team wants. But Starfire and Raven, they don't. Raven does a spell so they don't. Their souls don't leave, or they leave for a bit, but they don't go into the puppets indefinitely. So they're able to escape, but now it's a Freaky Friday situation where their bodies are switched. Their minds are switched in different bodies. So Raven's in Starfire's body and Starfire's in Raven's body. Now, if you like the Freaky Friday type of aspect, which I don't mind the aspect, you get some entertainment out of this. So whether it be one trying to understand the other, one trying to understand how the other's powers work. By doing so, they get to know a little bit more about each other. So there's some fun bits there where they can't control the other's power and feels that at times they're a bit in over their head. And yeah, I would say that was, the more I think about it, that was probably the better part of the episode. With those situations with the two of them. In particular when they're chasing to this alleyway. At one point they gotta hide and they see Beast Boys become this rat and they have to be quiet and hide from this, and their sweat's coming down. They're hoping it doesn't come all the way down for Beast Boys' rat to hear it. But ultimately they get to know each other, they go in, they work together, they save the Titans. And at the end, Starfire decides to bond with Raven with what she does, meditating. And it seems like Raven's going to return the favor, and it all works out at the end. So there you go. Now, I know these are not long reviews because the episodes are pretty quick. They're 20 minutes long. And it's not a bad show. Like I said, I can see why people would like the characters. There's no one character that I'm annoyed by and think, oh my god, this person is excruciating. They all have their merits. I think episode 7 I like the best of the three because I like the puppet, that whole aspect of it. Makes it seem a bit more different and unique compared to the other episodes. Like I said, the step between of Starfire and Raven, how Starfire, Raven's body is so full of emotion, so she can't control Raven's powers. And all the little things that happen because of that she feels embarrassed by. Episode 6 I didn't mind. I didn't mind looking into the realm of Raven and what's in her head, what's in her mind, and helps us understand the character a bit more. Episode 5 I wasn't big on. I just thought it was kind of maybe some people get some fun out of the stuff of the Teen Titans battling the magician, but to me I'm like, it is what it is. But that's just me. With that said, thanks for watching. Thanks once again, Brian, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.